Another wave of attacks in Ukraine, 200 plus missiles and drones coming in from Russia. We have also to talk about Libya. They've just thrown oil markets across the world into chaos after announcing that they intended to shut down all production. And they're a pretty big oil producer, so we need to talk about that as well. We got the UK energy price controls are failing out there. We need to talk about sausage. Yes, sausage. We need to talk about Rumble and what's going on with that. We got to talk about how to get free silver at your grocery store. A good tip from one of you guys out there. Aldi warehouse worker is also going to give us a warning about what they're seeing at the warehouse. Things are changing. There are big things afoot at Aldi's warehouses that you need to be aware of. That and a whole bunch of more updates coming from you guys from all over. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. If you have something to share, make sure you use the word update in your comment on this video or on any video on this channel. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group, before we get into things anymore. They have developed the Prepper bar, both in silver and in gold. These are great, fantastic things that you can put in your IRA or 401k. They mostly do things with your retirement accounts, but they have served us as the prepper community by making these things, and it is an awesome alternative to the Valcambi combi bars out there. Fractional silver. You can break these up into little pieces, and if you want to learn more about how to purchase those, you can find that down in the comments down below, the pinned comment, and these make great Christmas presents if you're thinking about making gifts to loved ones that will hopefully lead them to getting more prepared. All right, folks. Well, thanks to a lot of you who did make it over to Twitter yesterday. I know some of you guys are not on Twitter, and I know that some of you guys have been banned from Twitter and you can't get back on and stuff like that. So I understand. I've been trying to get my Rumble account up and running again, but there's just errors that won't allow it to link up with the YouTube. I've reached out to the Rumble staff, and we'll see if they can help me sort that stuff out. But so I definitely reached out to them. We had an incident here. They didn't like some of the stuff I was talking about. Some of you guys said maybe it was some of the video clips that I was putting into it. That may be it. We'll try to work through things, but we're always on their knife's edge here. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and we're just trying to get you guys as much information as possible. So we appreciate you guys hopping over to Twitter. That is a great source of information, which I do my research, a lot of my research over on Twitter, and I do just, as I find stuff, I just throw it up on my Twitter feed, reposting and stuff like that. So also a reminder, I do have the second channel on this site on YouTube, Poplar Prepper, which is practical steps. I haven't been posting there recently because I've just been overwhelmed with stuff. A big project that's going to be coming out. I'll be announcing that in just a little bit. And then I have the Bible channel, which I haven't been posting on just recently, but that's about to start seeing a lot of activity over the coming weeks. Anyway, I'll let you know if I get my Rumble thing set up. Anyway, Russia continued to attack Ukraine with missiles and drones for the second night last night. An estimated 200 more missiles and drones were launched. The major targets seemed to be energy infrastructure, but most concerning were the attacks on several dams near population centers, including the one above Kiev. That is a big deal there. If that were to break, it would potentially destroy the city or some of the city. That's a really big deal. Let's move over to Libya. The oil prices spiked yesterday after Libya, which has a bunch of oil, which explains why the United States has meddled there so much in the past years. But they declared that almost all of their country's production will be closed. This was the eastern part of Libya. The government there has basically said that they're going to stop all oil production. And that's where most of the oil production is. So this is a big deal. This is, they say it's due to a central banking dispute. Basically, I think they were shipping out oil and the wrong people were getting paid. They weren't getting the money, and so they're like, if we're not going to get the money for this, then we're just going to shut this down or something. So Libya right now is producing approximately 1 million barrels per day, a little over 1 million barrels of oil per day, which is about twice or three times as much as Alaska is currently producing. The whole state of Alaska is currently producing. And you know Alaska is known for producing oil, right? So that is throwing oil markets into a little bit of a tizzy. 1 million barrels of oil per day just going to just dry up and disappear because some people, there have been protests, there have been some attacks and stuff like that too. I don't know the whole deal on it. Neither does the oil market, but they got a little rattled by that. I don't know why they're not getting rattled by oil tankers getting blown up, but apparently not. The Soyunion that we discussed before, that was carrying 4 times more oil than the Exxon Valdez, that was scuttled by Houthis. Miraculously, a lot of the oil has burned off, but they're not seeing any oil in the water. So apparently, it was able to contain the oil, and it just burned off. So, you know, that's worth at least 10 to 20,000 cows worth of farts. But you know, apparently it wasn't an oil spill that has happened. That's at least the flyovers and the satellite imagery that has come out in the past number of days. So that's good news, I guess. But anyway, moving on to UK. Electric bills are set to jump 10% in October as the regulator Ofgem, I don't know how to pronounce that, OFGEM, which is apparently a government regulator that doesn't allow the power companies to raise prices. So basically a price cap. So they're going to raise, they're going to allow the amount that power companies can raise their rates up 10% starting in October. So almost all the power companies are going to do that almost instantaneously. So price controls and government setting prices, wonder if it's going to work there. You know, I mean, it hasn't worked for thousands and thousands of years in anywhere else in the world, but, you know, maybe it'll work this time. And then maybe we can you know, implement that here on food, just like Kamala Harris has suggested doing. CNBC has an article, an interesting article out there that we need to discuss, talking about how the increased demand for sausage out there is really kind of showing how the American consumer is right now. American families really need to spend less money and are making decisions to buy cheaper meat. They can't afford steaks, they can't afford nicer cuts of meat, and so they're moving towards sausage and ground beef at a much accelerated rate. And this really shows how serious most American families seem to be treating this. When people are making decisions on what they're going to eat based on their budget, this is a big sea change, right? We're going to see a backlash like we haven't seen in a very long time. If this is true, that we really have Americans making different decisions based on food, they are going to be very upset about certain conventions talking about joy and happiness and no policy information on how they're going to get a hold of the price of food and bring it down. This is from Scott. Steve, the Rumble CEO, managed to escape from France today after the Telegram CEO was arrested in France. But the CEO of Rumble was able to escape, and it sounds like he's ready to fight. Losing Telegram will be very bad, though. There is Signal out there as well, but just be aware, nothing is truly encrypted. Everything you do online, anything that you think is encrypted is not really encrypted to government authorities and such. So the best things are left unsaid, right? Don't ever say anything that you really don't want the government to see. Keep that up in your head or make sure you're speaking low tech without any tech around you that could be listening in. That's just my experiences from working overseas, having private conversations very readily and very regularly. I stripped the battery out of my phone. You can't do that with modern phones in most places, so but my phone I stripped the battery out and traveled around to make sure I wasn't being tracked, wasn't being recorded for some of the things that I was doing in and around Afghanistan. So this is from Pauline. Here in Northern California, 20-pound bags of rice are no more at Walmart. Out of large bags of pinto beans as well. Eggs, $3.52 a dozen, and usually out. Once again, that's Northern California. Hearing a lot of complaints out of California of egg problems. And then some people from California saying no problems at all where we are. So, yeah, we're seeing these egg problems pretty widespread, but some of you guys are just not seeing it at all, and that's why we keep getting the warning out to the folks that still have access to eggs and decent prices on eggs. You need to scoop them up because they really are getting a lot tighter out there. Saah says, please inform people about the Equal Rights Amendment on the New York state ballot this fall. It will change the New York state constitution. It is basically the same as Prop 1 in California, allowing underage peoples to get to change their identities, surgery, and all that kind of stuff without parental knowledge, among other things. And it grants constitutional rights to others from other places and non-citizens. Included in our rights is the right to vote. So if you're in New York State, make sure you're aware of what's going on with that. Make sure you are not being surprised by anything on the ballot, okay? Lighthawk says, concerning coin machine usage. This is a great tip that will get you ahead and may put some money in your pocket. Doesn't take any extra time, but may put some money in your pocket. Concerning coin machine usage. Every time you walk by one of those Coinstar or whatever, check the return cup. Many people ignore or just can't hear. When the machine rejects coins and they leave them there, those machines not only reject foreign and damaged coins, but will also kick back perfectly good coins and all silver coins. Old coins, of course, banning of silver in coins, there's a lot of coins in old constitutional silver, right? Over the past several years, I have collected over $5 in face value alone of 90% silver quarters and dimes. Just a quick swipe of your hand in the cup as you pass is all it takes. So if you happen to walk past these Coinstars, just start making it a habit, just walking over there and just see what you find. And sometimes you find little plastic coins. Sometimes you find foreign coins. And, you know, some of them have value too. But you know, it's free stuff. Go for it. Lisa says, I planted lima beans. I have not gotten even one pod in Northeast Ohio. Stevie says, I'm in Southwest New York and went to Walmart yesterday for groceries. Spaghetti was gone except for 3 or 4 boxes. All the spaghetti. Yikes. Unsalted butter was only available in a few expensive name brands. Produce was unavailable but looked really rough and was smaller in size. Several items I buy weekly that I couldn't find. Also, AAA batteries have been wiped out. You can find expensive brands, but all the low cost or low price options have been wiped out for a few months. Again, this is Southwest New York. I've checked Dollar General, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Big Lots. All the AAA shelves have been filled with AA. I even walked around the store looking for the batteries in the toy aisle and such. After 8 weeks, I finally found 4 packages on a fake eyelash display at a Dollar Tree. Has anyone else had this problem? Honestly, I get my batteries now from Amazon because they're just cheaper there and they're actually pretty good quality. So if you're looking for Dollar Tree quality, which are very, very low quality and do not give you much of a charge, go to Dollar Tree. If you're looking for slightly better than that, actually Amazon, especially on like Prime days, when they have their big sales, they mark down their batteries pretty significantly, and you get some really great deals. And they're fair price normally. They're better than Walmart and all that kind of stuff like that. So that's just a thought there. Leslie says, I work for an Aldi distribution center in someplace I can't pronounce, Indiana. Valparaiso? I don't know. I've mentioned, a bunch of people are going to correct me in the comments. Thank you. I've mentioned previously that I thought the warehouse was fully stocked with product. My thoughts have now changed. The company is going through a major overhaul in how the warehouse operates, how the selectors pick products. They have been condensing and moving around product for several days now in preparation. The warehouse no longer appears to be fully stocked. There is a lot of open spaces. They also have installed 15 active shooter alarms throughout the building, which is already locked. One needs a security badge to enter the doors. Why would they do that? Out of an abundance of caution? Yes, but it is a warehouse containing food. And soon, it has the real potential to be a target. Things are not looking good. So that is from an Aldi distribution center worker. You take it for what you believe it's worth. PJ says, the egg issue caught up with us here in eastern North Carolina. Eggs were $7.30 for 2 18 packs. Now, that's 3 dozen for you guys out there. Now they are $6 for 1 pack of 18. Or $12 for 2 packs, right? We're still hearing a lot of these egg problems, and I want to keep you guys aware that these egg problems are real. Omen K says, Southern UK. Less big brand tea and coffee. We've been hearing tea and coffee problems out of the UK over the last week or so. Have been talking to restaurant owners a lot, and people are cutting back greatly in their eating out. So the UK is being impacted by the slowdown as well. I know they're telling us the economy is great. The whole world economy is going great, but it's not. People are really being hit in the pocketbooks pretty hard. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry says, Winter Haven, this is a warning for a lot of people. Winter Haven, Florida. Hi, Steve. Just want to let you know, Tampa Bay subscribers know that if they have their water bill on auto pay, they need to check it. There was a glitch that changed everyone to 2 payments and added late fees. You have to call to get the late fees removed and the extra payment credited to your account. I guess it happened to everyone in Polk County, Florida. So hopefully my parents are listening to that one because they live in them parts. But check your bills. Check all of your bills these days. If money is tight for you, and even if it's not, get your bills out and make sure that we don't have more money going out than should be going out, and make sure you're calling up and getting things fixed. Check that receipt every time you go out the store, right? I know you guys don't like self-checkouts. I like self-checkouts because I can see what's on the receipt before I hit the done button. I see it. If anything's, when somebody else checks me out, it's like there's always something wrong. Sometimes you just got to do it yourself to get it done right. You know what I'm saying? Catherine says, update, this is my first, so thank you for sharing with us. Went to restock this week. Aldi in Palm Bay was short. Nothing up front near the door, nothing. Usually they have seasonal stuff, produce, but produce had holes. Cheese section only had 2 shredded types of cheese, sliced cheese gone, blocks back to regular price. They have eggs and cream. Walmart has shifted everything. Aisles that used to be 6 feet long down to 3 feet, everything cut in half. Hispanic, Asian, all of that cut. I went into the lotion section, and now they have other countries' lotions from other places. Never seen that before. Also, more items behind plastic or glass some vitamins back there, diabetes items, anything else, anyone else feeling this shift. All right, friends, thanks so much for your updates. Please keep them coming. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, there's a link right there. If you want to find out more about the prepper bars, you can find that down in the pinned comment down below. If you want to check out another video, there's one right up there. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.